I used to bleed so much because they had developed, because most of the time when they prolapse, when I go to the washroom, they prolapse, and then I can't really return them myself. So there are days that I used to return them manually by myself. Like he would push me, slap me, and pass. Sister, he left for 2 weeks. The excuse was, mtoto anampigia kelele. After he has worked, things became very hard for me because it got to a point where now I was bad from going home. I swear. And then now there was this joy of finally the picture that I had while growing up of how I wanted my family to be is finally coming to play. Yeah. So I feel so good about this. I feel so good. But that I also become very scared because now subconsciously I'm carrying that trauma of him giving me drugs and losing the pregnancy. So I was like, you know what? I'm not living with you. I'm now telling that to myself. So, see, the person that I'm living with is happy. I am happy. This is going to work. You will just have to accept this as a necessary evil. And we are going to move with this. So, we proceed. In between now, insults a little bit when we get to meet. A little bit, insults a little bit of, now, this girl who has stayed here, she can't even get pregnant now. She's not able to. You see, we are telling you to get rid of her because she cannot even give birth. Not knowing what happened before. So you see, all this while, those little small insults have been thrown, and then there's that group, there's just a way that the family, when they used to have some family functions where they used to gather as cousins, So you see, it came up in such forums, but one or two cousins who had a one-on-one interaction with me would come and tell me. Even today, I have cousins that I get so well with, along with, up to now, because they had an opportunity to get to know, to interact with me one-on-one. So at some point, I felt like, you know what, the best thing to do, because enyewe, this could be true. Ni kama I can't give birth. So the best thing, let me just remove myself from such forums where I might be a subject. So I decide that I don't put so much effort when they're about to go to such meetings. I would come up with something nicely. Mimi too, ndio najua that this is the reason why I don't want to go. And then I'd come up with something like maybe job, or come up with something maybe I'm not feeling well, just to prevent myself from. But let me tell you, it was hitting me up like something else, because at some point now I could literally see my person was on my side, yes, but then at some point he was torn between, do I support my sister? They are my sisters. This is my wife. A very beautiful title, you know. Yeah, so
the pressure was mounting on him.
Yes, on him. And once in a while, you would see, he would throw those two tantrums, and then you sit back and then or he would tell you something, and then you would look at him and say, oh, okay, now this is getting worse, because now maybe he's a medic, he knows. If he says that I can't give birth, then this could be true. Now at this point, I really don't know what to do with myself, because one, I have the only time that it is the doctor who told me that I was pregnant and I had even lost it. I've never had an opportunity to even relate with someone so closely that they can tell me what happens or how this happens. So me, I started just doing my research, and still I could not figure out what was wrong with me. But now I know what I'm ailing from. I am not able to get pregnant. So what do? Remember, I have a small background of medicine.
From your mom.
Yes. And I would see the way, so I would easily just walk into chemist. It was a very big chemist where you'd go, they diagnose you, and then you tell them your problem, and then they're able to tell. So I would go there. Remember, I am going there, but I'm not telling him, because I am looking for a solution for me, because now this thing is getting out of hand, and my person now he has started showing a bit of, like, he's buying the idea. So I need to find a solution for myself. So I go there, they get to give me some they call them some tablets that are herbal. They're herbal, but they're tablets that helps in conceiving. So I take these drugs, and then I come back home. Still, I cannot get pregnant because I think I am so worried, like, Nikozileza, if this happens, like, now what is going to happen? Am I going back home? Home where? To who?
Which home?
Yes. So I am here. I think the anxiety and everything, still I could not get pregnant. Things became very hard for me because it got to a point where now I was bad from going home and even meeting the cousins, even the sisters.
Their home, that is.
So I said, mi sina shida. Si niko na nyumba ya Kisumu, so I have no problem with this. So I'm still pushing. Still, I talk, I ask around with my other cousins. I tell them this is what is happening, and then they tell me, you know what, this problem easily you can be helped by these women who prepare herbs. So one of my cousins alikuwa ameoleka na kosa mambo leo uko Bolo. So she volunteers to introduce me to a mama who prepares herbs that helps in conception. Yeah. So I go I start the journey. But silently, without letting anyone know, because one, if this person, he's in the field of medicine, and the relationship with people who are in medicine and how they view herbs, there was no way I was going to let this man know.
Yeah.
Because I was not going to make any mistake. So at this point, I hide this. But then I had so much time and I was able to do it because, he was working and he was never home most of the times. So I hide my herbs. I take faithfully. Ikiisha, I go back, do a refill. After, nothing is coming forth, and then I ask again another place. I was sometimes advised to that there's a lady who does a very good job here in Katito, Nyatwere, Mali. I came, Kogweno, I can't forget. So I came, I told her, she gave me herbs. I took the herbs faithfully. I think I had hormonal imbalance, which I could not tell because I don't know what happened. I don't know how it came about. And still, I was made to understand this when now I decided to consult Pale Ramogi Chemist. There was a section where you would go do consultation, and now I was told, now I knew what I was working with. That's why now I went to these mamas, told them what was happening, and now they started giving me herbs that would help stabilize that so that I can conceive. So I did that. Luckily enough, no, when I got to a place where now things were really, really escalated, and now my person now, like, he had evolved now fully, and now this is him. So he would tell me, this used to bother him. He would tell me that, I'm not growing any young. So such kind of conversations. And let me tell you, such conversations drained me. Like I would leave that place a broken soul. I didn't know now what to do. Mom is not there. I don't have a sister. Now who do I need to have that heart-to-heart conversation with?
That must have been difficult.
Very difficult. So me, what do? I remembered, you know what? I have a brother who I know cherishes me so much. And I decided to now put Aibu and everything else aside, and then I call my brother Felix. He picks after so long, and then I tell him whatever is bothering me. And then, you see, I don't know how he knew. My brother told me, you have a pen? And then I tell him, yes. I andika hivi. And then he tells me the name of some drug. And then he tells me that, you know what? I would have sent you these drugs from home. But because he's a medic, and he knows that it is not right to take some of these drugs, he might have a problem with it. So what I want you, here are the names of the drugs that I want you to go and buy. Tell him, because right now he knows, he has been mentioning it openly, and he knows that you're struggling along that line. Now what you do, get the names, talk to him, let him take you to Kibuye and go and look for these drugs. That was hard. But I did it.
They were herbs.
Yes. We went with him. I bought the drugs so that my brother was also protecting me from that backlash. So we went with him. He accepted. He took me. I went, bought these drugs, and came back, boiled them together, and then I started using them. It did not even take 2 months, and I conceived. And while doing this, I knew that the only way, or the only thing that would save my situation was getting a child. Now mtoto amepatikana. I was so happy.
You were elated.
Yes.
Umesema sasa, all my enemies are about to see me.
I swear. And then now there was this joy of finally the picture that I had while growing up of how I wanted my family to be is finally coming to play. Yeah. So I feel so good about this. I feel so good. But that I also become very scared because now subconsciously I'm carrying that trauma of him giving me drugs and losing the pregnancy. So I don't want to tell him because at this point I see, like, what if I may not know? What if? So I try to guard this very much until to a point where I think he just got to know by himself. And now, because he knew that I knew he asked me, and then I told him yes. And then he asked me, how many months so far? 3. And then he told me, okay, fine. So hapo, I was very okay, but now still watching my back very much, because now I could not wrap my head around the reasons why he decided to
do that.
The first one. Yeah, so I could not. I used to watch my back so much. So, but deep inside, I am happy. Hey, I am happy. I used to be very, very happy. finally, I remember the days when I used to pray, tell God, I just need a son, because I believe that a son would make me, like, would make them accept me very quickly. Because now, you know, he mentioned that he's growing, he's not growing younger. So, you know what that translates.
Yeah.
So at this point, I am watching my back, but very happy. And now everything has calmed down, kiasi. But then once in a while, now at this point, excuses became more of, you know, I'm having double shifts, nini, so that's why I'm not home. And me, I was okay. I am working. At some point, you remember, I have 3,000 that I'm being given on every 15th. And then I have my salary, 17,000, yeah. So I went, got a bank account and got an ATM. So I gave him the ATM. So as a supportive person, you know, yes, so he would use the 17,000 to support the family, like anywhere, in case there is any support that is needed. And then now the 3,000 is what I would use to do my personal things, which he knew also. But I told him that because I need to have my hair done, I need to have my nails done, and maybe I've seen an outfit that I would want to buy, then I would use that. Or if at all, whatever I had to buy exceeded my 3,000, then I would now request him to now help me with some amount from
your own salary.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I used to love it because I was not coerced to do this, but that was what my mom planted. Like, that's what I saw in my family while growing up.
It was modeled to you.
So during that time, he excuses upon excuses, and then mimi ninajua tu, hey, sai, just, even if there are so many excuses, but I know finally we are going to be one happy family. Little did I know that the moment this child would be born, that would be the end of everything. So I struggle in between. We grow so distant, and I think he's at a place where now he feels like, now I can't do anything because now she's pregnant for me, and now I can't just also send her away. No. So he's battling the family, the suggestions and everything, and also this side. There's that part of him that is telling him that, you know, it is wrong to do whatever you are being pushed to do. So, but he withdrew. We grew so much apart during this time, together with the pregnancy, hormones and everything. We grew so much apart. So when, in between, when I was about now 6 months in, I developed hemorrhoids. And that was so painful. And I could also not tell him. There is no way I was going to open up and tell him what was happening.
What was stopping you from doing that?
We had grown so much distant that everything, I could not even tell him when I'm not feeling well, or I could not even tell him that I am craving for, because now I am more of a burden. Like, I don't know how to put it, but I was made to feel like is doing for me such a huge favor that I am not going to add another problem on top of what we have. Him allowing me to stay around, that I'm sick. I would just go to the chemist and get, yes, so that I just don't get myself to a point of telling him that, you know, I am feeling 1, 2, 3. No. So hemorrhoids happened. I battled that, I think, with the pregnancy pressure. So the pressure that was being exerted in my lower part, it made the hemorrhoids prolapse, I think. And I could not, you see, all this time I am battling it. Anytime, remember, I am carrying a baby now in my tummy. I need to feed so that this baby can grow. But still, I have I am very, very terrified because the moment I feed, that would mean I would go to the washroom. And you know, with the hemorrhoids, you know how painful that is.
That must have been
So somehow
difficult.
It really tortured me. Every time it got to a point where when I feel the urge, I just leave wherever I am. I go to the washroom. The moment I step into and I see the door, tears just start.
Because
by
you're already
default.
anticipating the
Yes.
pain.
Yes, so I battled that silently, and he never got to know what I was battling with because I didn't have that space to tell him. And also, there was no way I was going to go back to my brother again. He was going to suspect me. Suspect me in what term? In terms of, like, you are living with someone that you really speak so well about. Why is it so difficult for you to tell him these things that you're going through? So I vowed that even if this is going to kill me, I am not going to open up and say anything about it to my brother. So I kept this silent.
So how far along are you at this
I
point?
am around 7 months now. 7 months, and now it is worrying me so much because I used to bleed so much because because most of the time when they prolapse, when I go to the washroom, they prolapse, and then I can't really return them myself. So there are days that I used to return them manually by myself. So there are days that I would feel so much pain that I'm not able to return them. And the moment they hang out there, more blood gets in and they swell. So you can't walk properly. Remember, I have to show up at work because at this point, I am really, really depending on this money because I don't know when he's going to come in or so at this time, I really need this job. I went through it. I don't think that if there is any physical pain that I have gone through, even giving birth was not painful. But this hemorrhoid thing that really took a toll on me.
I can only imagine, just from the way you're describing it, I can only imagine how painful that was.
But still, I was okay. At some point I opened up to one of the madam teachers that we were teaching with, and then I told them what was happening. Sometimes it would be very difficult for me to walk home, though. Because of that, I even suggested that we look for a house that was just near the school, so I could easily because I think I was just traumatized so much that at some point I wanted, like, if I have to go for number 2, then I'd rather I go at my place so that I don't cause so much embarrassment.
Like you wanted to do it in a space that was safe and comfortable for you.
Because one, I would really take long. Almost an hour, 1 hour, 30 minutes, locked inside that small room. Bleeding, obviously. But then I suggested for that. There are days that if it happens that I go for a long call while at work, then walking to my place would be very difficult. So I would tip that madam lady and then tell her what's happening. She would help me, walk me home. And then she goes home again. So that happened for so long until one day, now everything had to be brought
To light.
Yes. One Friday morning, remember it's an SDA school, so every Friday we'd go for PPI in church. So this early morning, I don't know what happened, and I feel the urge. I want to go to the washroom. Everyone else is in the church. So I leave the church between, I don't know if you've ever gone to Migosi SDA. The church is somewhere here at the gate, and then the washrooms, the ladies' washrooms, are far the other side, apart like 100 meters or so apart. So I leave this place. I'm seriously pressed. I try to move very fast so that I get there. And then the unexpected happened. Everything prolapsed. Oof. The hemorrhoids now, yes, it prolapsed. And I can remember very well, I was in a pinkish, a baby pink kind of dress. So when it prolapsed, it was not water, it was blood. So everyone who was at the church could see what happened, because now when I felt it was coming, now the pain was too much, and now I went on my knees, and behind me they saw the blood and all that. So finally the hemorrhoids prolapsed, and now as long as the heart was pumping, blood was coming out like that. So, but in Zuri, this madam teacher had his number, and even the ambulance number. He called him, and he had a car. We had, by that time, between year 2015 and now, that time, you know, I was a very industrious woman, and the reason why I even handed over my ATM, I was supporting the family, because we had sat down and agreed that, you know what, now we are starting to build a family, and now you need a car. The only way to get this car is for you to take a loan using your payslip, so that Mimi, whatever I get from school, we can use it to sustain the family. And we were good. We were only 2 people, so that somehow worked for us. Our house rent was around 4,000, so we were good with it. So I didn't want to have this money. You know, it's men we're supposed to provide according to whatever I learned, okay, whatever I grew up seeing, because my dad would literally go, when he comes back from the jua kali, amenunua omena, mafuta, nyanya ya 10 bob. He would come na mandazi yangu ya nyakachel. Basically, my dad, I knew that men, so I didn't want to hold on to this money, so that it happens like sometimes he wants to even do something, and all his money, or a better part of his money, is going towards the loan. So we had a car that we bought together, because in as much as he took the loan with his payslip and stuff, but I also participated in making sure that the family remains grounded. Yeah. So they call him, he comes. Hapo naye namshukuru. When he heard that, he came like immediately, because I think pia the explanation that he got, I think he knew how bad that situation could easily turn out. And then knowing very well that I had known what he did, if he hesitated, then it would mean something else. So he really came very fast. From there, I was picked and rushed into an emergency surgery, where they did the hemorrhoidectomy, they cut them, and then they burnt them. And my dear, I felt pain.
During or after the surgery?
No, now you see, immediately after, okay, during surgery, see, they have to put you on a, yeah. And then after that now, that was to me, looking back, I felt like I made the biggest mistake of my life, because now, you see that place, the hemorrhoids prolapsed, they all came out, the inner lining, all of it came out. And then they went and cut these hemorrhoids and then burnt them. I don't know the best term to use, but there is a procedure that they did. Then you see, immediately after that, you need to leave that surface to heal and go back to, like, you give that phase of healing. Yeah. But then this is the same place that I am carrying a baby. I have to eat, and I have to go back to. Every time I go to the washroom, that means I am going to inflict pain again on the wound. So this thing was not healing completely. And then 1.5 months later, the baby is ready now. The baby came, my dear. I can't even see it properly. Here is the baby. I felt really, that was painful, to say the least. But God willing, like through God's grace, I did not tear so much. Not even so much, but I don't know what happened. I gave birth normally, but though the process delayed a bit, I was admitted on a Wednesday. I was induced the first time. Okay, I got to the hospital when I think I was about 6 centimeters, and then there was no progress. And now they got to a place where they were seeing the baby was at risk now, because it had taken more than 24 hours. Now I had to be induced. The first one was put, some drugs were put here, and then nothing. Sister Annalisa, are you feeling it? Nothing completely. And until now, it was Wednesday, until Friday evening now, when they now sat down and decided that let's do the IV one now. So you see, when they put the IV one plus whatever they had administered orally, now uchungu ililipuka ile mzuri. My dear, have you ever felt pain until, like, you just lay there, like you cannot feel any more pain?
You feel like you've gotten to the end of pain.
Yes. I felt so much pain, and eventually, by that time, it was so difficult to even take me to theater because I had lost so much blood. I think by the time I was going to give birth, I think I was around 7 point something. HB, my HB. I had lost so much blood during the bleeding. And remember, I am bleeding, and I can't say, like, because I'm protecting. So all this while, I go, and even after giving birth, actually I did not even bleed. There was no blood. And I was very pale, very, very pale. So I recovered. I thank God I gave birth to a very healthy child. Oh, I can remember the moment. God.
They showed you your baby.
Even though life has not really treated me well, but I'm telling you, that moment, I really am grateful to date. And then one of the doctors, his colleagues, walked in. I don't know what happened, and then he came, and then he saw the baby. Can you be, wow, photocopy of so and so. This guy gave me, was it 10,000 as a push gift? Just his colleague, he was a pediatrician. You know him very well, I think. He's a very, very known pediatrician in Kisumu. He has a whole setup. Yes, for that. So he came, he gave me that, and it felt good also, because now you know, at that point, my person had not even supported me in buying clothes za mtoto. So my brother Rocky, that time he had gone back home, and then somehow my elder brother found a place, Tenwe Mission Hospital, took him, and they did a surgery that took 72 hours. Because they had to remove, that growth had eaten all the jaw, both lower and upper, and so they had to remove all the jaw and replace it. My brother has an artificial jaw even today. And at any point, if you'd ask me whether between Rocky and Willis and even myself, who was to go, Aki, I would really give you very many reasons why I would say that Rocky would go before anyone else. Everyone else was very healthy.
Yeah.
But Rocky, that surgery took 72 hours. At some point, I felt like, oh, maybe he's gone and they're just lying to us. Then after that, it took so long to recover.
Can imagine the anxiety.
Yes, it took so long to recover, but I was there. So I could see, I could watch. And I really thank the doctor there because I was allowed to be in the ICU with him. It was just beautiful. I've had, these my siblings, I've had a personal relationship with them. So my brother joins, he passed very well, and then he joins Embu University. Back then it was called Nairobi University, Embu campus. I don't know what happened, they changed and something. So my brother gets his first help, and then he gives me 11,000. Tells me, I take this money and buy something. He didn't know that I was pregnant though, but
he gave it to you before the baby came.
Yes. I don't know whether I was supposed to use this money to add onto some money that I had to buy seeds, because at this point now we have moved from that small house to a 1-bedroom and we still have just there. And I had expressed my desire to buy proper seeds, yeah. And you see, my person, somehow, he was not really supportive on doing much, even in the house or furnishing the house, or even, like, there was no that room to just sit down and
make plans together.
Yes, so the only plan that we had was here, Gary. So immediately after that, now things became so hard, and the family, and now the rift started growing, so we could not. So he sent me this money. So when he sent me this money, now I have an extra cash to go. I went to Kibuye and did a shopping. Yeah, baby clothes and these stuffs and all that. Now I'm ready. The baby is now ready. The dad, I would say, he bought this net. There's this mosquito net. The small one for the baby that, so he bought me that and I was very happy. I really appreciated each and every effort that I didn't even know that he was supposed to do more. And the fact that he took me to Avenue Hospital, my clinic and everything.
You felt that he had done
And
everything he needed to do.
Everyone now knew. According to me, there was that part of me that was like, now see, they know that this is Miss so-and-so, Mrs.
Yes.
So I see that, So now, secretly, I would really thank God that, now if I'm sick, I just go to Avenue Hospital. Now you see, you did not make any mistakes. You see, you are not going to even give birth to this child in a public hospital. You see, this thing is going to work out.
Yeah.
So I somehow cut him some slack, even though he never supported, which was also another red flag. So we have 3 red flags, major ones, but I'm finding a way of making them look. Yes.
And
so I gave birth to the baby and nicely. At this time, I labored for so long until the staff, back then, the maternity, the staff that were working that time, that hospital had very major mortality.
Infant mortality.
Yeah, no, how do I call it? Mother deaths that are experienced during birth. What's the term?
Oh, they're called. The word has disappeared, but I get.
Yeah, so during that time they had they had very many cases, and so I overheard one of the nurses saying that, "Huyu ni staff, ni bibi wa staff. I am not going to be the one to write a report that they passed on my shift." At that point, I knew, like, fine, but at least I was so happy with myself. I was like, if this is going to be it, then even God knows that I fought for what I truly cherished. And I was ready for it anyway. Miraculously, at around 3, when everyone had left, I gave birth. Normally, I didn't even know how it happened. But by the time, the lady that was besides me, I think she saw what was happening, and then she had just given birth also, I think like an hour ago. And then she didn't even have the strength. She moved with the bed, and then dropped on the alarm. There was some kind of bell that was connected to the reception. So when she fell on it, then it started, and then they came. When they came, they found I had the head was already out, and they helped me very nicely, and I gave birth. There were no any injuries apart from the one that I was nursing from the previous operation.
But how was it like having like a vaginal birth with hemorrhoids that were still healing? How was that like?
I would say, I don't know how I did it. I had suffered so much pain to the extent that I could not even now tell now what level of pain is this. You see?
I hear you.
Yeah, so at that point, Mimi, all that and then I am one person who normally I focus on what I want to, like that time, what was the case at hand. It was now, and making sure that nothing happens. By that time, I had done so much research, and I had known even what to do and what not to do during this time, because there was no one who was going to tell me and what to expect. I had read that, you're not supposed to even try pushing prematurely so that you don't get tired. So I had equipped myself now with so much knowledge about that. So when it happened, I didn't now go into the labor room just as innocent and naive as I was before. So it was painful, yes, because it was my first ever experience. And then I'm also nursing a wound over here. And I had to feel the pain. But luckily, imagine, I was not even stitched. I gave birth so naturally and
no tears.
Yes, at all. At all. That was God. I normally say that was God. He was 3.1 or 3.5. 3.1, 3.5 apple. And he was very healthy. No complications. No nothing. And I thank God to date because of him. So there. I took 2 extra days in hospital, and when now it was time for discharge, I was discharged. No, before I was discharged, now the sisters came, and he told the sisters, by the way, during this night, when I was now in labor, he was also working, so he was around. Upon I have to say that he was there. He was there, like now, Hapo. He was there. Now my person was now my person, you see. Yes, he was there. And he stood by me until that time when now he had to go and now check on other patients. That is when he left. But he was there, full time. So 2 days later, in between the family member, the sisters basically, he's a total orphan also. So not so many relatives came. He only has an uncle, a surviving uncle, but them, they were where their homestead was. So as we were staying in Kisumu. So at that time, the sisters are the people who came. There's a sister, she never liked me much, like this one who was showing me now attitude. The very first sister that I met. So during that time, she came, Zileza, like just for technical appearance, like, yeah, and then she went back. And then I was discharged. When I was discharged, he took me home. And on that same night, I don't know if he was working or I don't know what happened, but he went. And from hospital, there's a certain degree of hunger that beats someone from immediately after giving birth.
I know it. I know it too well.
My person who left without preparing anything. And we were only with him. Now with the sisters, but my person left. I still gave excuse for him. So I had to now, what did I do? There's this person who has been constant in my life, my brother Felix.
You call Felix
Yes, I call Felix again. I tell him, now I'm so happy. And then he tells me, he asks me, whom do you have in the house with you? And then I tell him, you know, I am just alone. But then he had a work. He had traveled out of the country because it was not making sense. Like I did not want to ring an alarm. My brother would be, he would really ask me like who does that? Yeah. And that is what I did not want to happen, because remember, I'm in the process of making him believe me that, you know, this is working. So there was no way I was going to speak negatively about this person. So that night I slept hungry. But the following morning,
Wait.
yes,
You've just come back from giving birth.
yes,
You're breastfeeding. You're tired, and I know the hunger. It's usually like there's a bottomless pit in your stomach.
and I'm a first-time mom. I don't even know what to do with the baby. Honestly, I have never had a chance of nurturing as a young baby, like a baby like that. I had never. So I am here. I don't know what to do with the baby, and he's gone.
How did that make you feel?
I think I was used to the. I got to a place where I never expected much. So everything, as bad as it looked, he has still allowed me to stay in his house. Yes. So
So at this point, you're like, okay, I'm not surprised.
if I had the opportunity, like the strength, still, I don't want to let even my colleagues know what is really happening, because, you know, I really speak so highly about this person. My person. If there is one person that I was proud of in this life, then it was this person. I swear. Like everything, my life and everything, it was this person. So every person who cared to listen, I would speak so highly about this person. I would do everything to ensure that even someone who is watching from just away is able to tell that, hey, you know. I remember I would even organize with his colleagues during his birthdays. I organized and take cake. They were very supportive. And I really thank them. Some of them are still my friends to date, but some of them we lost touch. But I really am very grateful for them. So you see, at this point, I never wanted my brother to know what was happening, but I mentioned that I am alone and I am a little bit very tired. I can't do anything. And then my brother told me, it's okay. Just try. Let me try if I can find someone who can assist you tomorrow. Though I had some juices, nini, so I took that and then I slept. Tomorrow, very early in the morning, at 6, my brother was in Kisumu.
Wow.
He came with what? How do you call it? A cock, Thwanogweno. A very big one, my friend. My brother cooked for me in my house.
What a brother.
I swear. He prepared a very nice meal, akapika ugali, and then I ate like someone who has not eaten for so long. And I ate, and then he taught me how to, I don't know where he learned that from, but then he already had kids. And I think he knew. So he taught me how to hold the baby while cleaning, washing him, how I'm supposed to lie him. He did a major, do we call it tutorial or something like that? And now, by the time he left the next day. He did not sleep there. Remember, my maternal grandma comes from Kibos, Kano, Mama Nyar Kano. So after doing all this, I think him being the firstborn, he's not allowed to sleep in my house by culture or something like that. So also he could not sleep in my house. So he left, went to my grandma's place.
At what time did he leave?
At around 8.
8 p.m.
Yes.
Where is your person?
My person, like I said, so I told my brother my person is...
This is the following day.
Yes, my person.
Your person is not home.
Let me tell you, my person is a well-traveled man. In fact, at that particular time he was in Mozambique. So just so that I don't say that he's within Kisumu and is not coming. Because how would I explain that? And I also didn't know.
Your brother would read through.
Exactly. And then at that point, there's that part of me that had known that, you know what? Imagine, you better just accept this early enough.
This is happening.
You have messed up. And whatever you've been trying to run away from while growing up, I could not even stand any young man calling me, like, no, while growing up, you be friends, so and so. I never wanted to give birth at our place. Because, yes, not even that, but my mom was very strict. My elder brother, very strict. I came from a very strict family. My dad now, soft-spoken, but very, very strict. And during those days when Mkurugenzi was Mkurugenzi, I'm telling you. So I couldn't do that. So there's that part of me that would tell me that, you know what, the earlier you accept this, the better. Imagine you've lost it. But I used to deny that, like, no, that cannot happen. Like,
You're still justifying.
So I told him my person had traveled, so he was just cool with it. He went, spent the night at my grandma's place. The next day he came, and now I was now doing well. I had also, I think from the meal that I had eaten, strength sasa ilikuwa inaanza kurudi, and then he prepared extra meals, and then my next door neighbor, Sheila, used to really come through for me. She was married, but she had not given birth, and we were kind of friends. We got along so well. So when now she also realized that I was alone, she really came through. She would come, cook for me, do everything, clean the house, let me sleep, sometimes even hold the baby for me. Because remember, I can't still sit down to breastfeed my baby because of the hemorrhoid zone plus the delivery. So she would really, really come through for me. So my bro would come. He came from my grandma's place. He came again, prepared another whole meal. We didn't have a fridge, but he prepared meals, mboga ya kienyeji, nini. He left, and now he went back home. Now that there was also a neighbor that was helping. So when he went home, I felt that at this point my brother was not doing this because he had approved this marriage, but he was doing this because of his love for me as a person, not because of what I decided to do with my life. And that came very clearly, because when I needed help as a person, he would come through. Like, I would not even ask for it. So he really did so much that time. And then easily I just picked up, and then my person now would come. Once in a while, he comes, prepares tea. Sometimes the baby, the first 2 weeks, he went again. No, he came back, I think after come a 4 day, the 4th day, and then he went back again. And then he went back to his sister's place.
So what's going on in your mind in these moments? Are you asking questions?
No.
Are you wondering if this is it?
Remember, it's not something that has just started at the time I've given birth. So it's something that somehow I am used to, because all excuses upon excuses. Like, I had to work extra times because, you know, my salary goes to, so I have to do as many locums as possible. Then I think I didn't think so much about it because I also didn't know that you can have someone in your house, your person who has given birth, your child, and still see someone else. I didn't know. I swear, I totally didn't have that idea. So he came, and then one time the sister, he left for 2 weeks. The excuse was, mtoto anampigia kelele after he has worked so hard during the day, he comes back home and the baby. But now I could know a young child. How could I control that with the colleague and all that? So I allowed, not that I allowed, but then at that point, yes, so there's nothing much I could do. So you see, this happened so much that there's that part of me that could tell me, like, you know what, you've lost it for real. The earlier, I would stand on the mirror like this, and then I tell myself that, you know what, imagine you better just take care of yourself, because physically, because you might need yourself up mbele, like, unajua, there was that comfort that came with, nishapata mtu sasa, you know, me, I'm just going, like, exactly. So there was that, anytime I would shower, go to the mirror, then there's a way that I would see that, like, I would tell that to myself that, you know what, in everything that you're going to do, make sure you take care of yourself. There was that part that was whispering that to me, like, because you may need yourself so much hapa mbele. Whatever you feared most, the worst has happened. So, but then there was that part that also denied that he'll come around definitely. He cannot do that to me, you know. You, like, so I was in that dream kind of. Then this happened. So you see, 3 months post giving birth, I was given leave. Aki, the head teacher used to be very supportive. He used to be very supportive. And somehow, I think I also managed to have a personal relationship with the head teacher. Like, I was I don't know whether to call it innocent or what, because he asked me, where do you come from? During the time when I wanted to get this job, during the interview. So he was worried because I told him that where her home was, and then he asked me, whom do you stay with? Such kind of background. And then once in a while he would see this person come pick me. No. I really thank God that I landed in the hands of very caring head teacher. And sometimes he would even chip in. Chip in how? During the time my brother was unwell, I remember we were having some arambe and I gave him a card. He supported me. So most of the time I would keep him posted on what was, So when I gave birth, he gave me 3 months leave. And then he allowed me, when I came back, he allowed me that I could, anytime I wanted to go home, I could easily just walk home. That's why in between the lessons, if I don't have a lesson, or even if I have a lesson and I felt the urge to, I made him know what was happening. So he allowed me that if you feel comfortable, your house is not so far from the school, you can just go. So he really supported me. And during that time, 3 months after delivery, he gave me that opportunity to just be coming in and going out freely and leaving the school at exactly around 2:30. So I really appreciate that. And somehow, in as much as I could not open up and tell every person what I was going through, but him doing that somehow isn't the burden on my shoulders. Because at this time, my person is not regular at home, but when he comes, now I am tired, the baby, you work the baby cries at night. I am a single mom. I have not healed. I have a lot happening. So when he comes, I would ask him, like, what really happened? Like, would you just tell me what is happening so that you don't keep me in the dark for so long? Like, what is it, something that I have done, or is it about me, or like, just make me understand? And we would end up fighting really bad. And immediately after fighting, we'd now go, now again, and stay out for so long without coming back.
Were these fights physical?
Once in a while, but not really physical, like he would push me, slap me, and pass, and then go like that. So I stopped at some point. I now stopped
Asking.
Yes, so that I also avoid these fights, that because at that time, I think stress also, I had started now accepting what was happening now. So fast forward, the baby turns 6 months, and the landlord comes to lock the door. You see, remember all this while, I am able to take care of electricity, take care of water, and pay someone who was taking care of my baby, and buy food. But I was not able to pay the rent also with my 17K plus the 3K now. Just before that, I was also servicing a loan that I took. The school could give us loans. They look at your salary, 17 plus 3, that was 20,000. So they would give you this 20,000, and then they deduct it, they spread it for a whole year. So the reason why I took this loan now, you see, I'm in the, just before I start getting the bump now, the baby bump.
Yeah.
I was in so much, I really wanted to be approved, like, now, Wachatu, he needs to go home and see my people.
Yeah.
So you see, every time I would tell him this, he would say, I don't have money, and like become just very wild. And then, so I went to the head teacher and I told him that, please, can you stop giving me this 3,000 and you give me a loan for 20,000 shillings so that I have something very urgent to do with it. And I think he understood, because already he knew that I was pregnant and I didn't mention what I wanted to go and do with this money. So he accepted and he gave me this money. I took the money to my person.
To go and marry you.
Yes, to take this down. But you know, it was going to work. There was no way it was not going to work.
No, it was okay. You were very, very positive.
Yes, I wanted this to work out by all means. Because again, now my dad started asking me, like, when is he coming home? Yeah. My brother was also like, okay, fine, you are staying with him. When is he coming home for? And then my peers, after a short while, unasikia so and so had visitors from so this thing really tortured me. I really wanted this person to go home so that my dad, I love my dad so much and my dad loves me so much. And the more I took long, and then my dad, even right now, he's sickly. Even back then, in my wildest dream, I would somehow feel like dad would go before this man goes home for the official introduction. And so I would feel so bad. So I talk to the head teacher, he gives me this money. Then I go to my person, I give him this money. And then I tell him, now you see, it was the money that you didn't have. Now, here is the money. I know it's little, but just go, Ile. I just want you to go, Ile, officially. And then, yes, imagine he accepted my person.
He finally decides to go.
he decides to go. And then now we sit down. Now he tells me that, okay, fine. Now I ask him, now, you see, when you're now coming home, I have to go and at least do a small budget and here and there buy a few things. And considering that I am not getting so well with my brother Felix, he is the one who would have done this for me, but then I need to have some money. So I suggest to him that give me 10,000 out of the money so that I go and use it to buy food. And then you remain with the 10,000, you can fill the car. No, you remain with the 10,000 for envelopes.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
the envelopes,
the envelope. So we agree, and then we agreed also with him that he was going to look for another man, some amount somewhere that he would use to fill the car and also to add to the yes. So see, we are good to go. Okay, at this point I am so happy. And then I used to be, well, growing up I used to be very slim, so you could not even tell if I was pregnant. Yeah, so I call now at that point, hey, fellow, I told you this thing is going to work. Yeah. And you see, yes, it is going to work. It's working, actually. It's not even going to work. So I tell him that, you know, he has said he's coming home. I have now come, so this is the budget. So, hey, my brother went all out of his way. He never wanted to make me be embarrassed. He called my uncles. You know, I have uncles who remained the other side, and those that settled in Kisumu. So I called them. You know, in our place, I am actually in the entire family, the entire Kandai, that is the largest family. Apparently I'm the only girl and the eldest. Okay, I am only one girl and the eldest. The cousins I'm talking about, most of them are male, and they are from my auntie's Watotoa. But from this other side, I am only. Yes, so my brother calls these people, you know, finally, our daughter is, and now they have to come because, you know, as the eldest daughter, there are things that has to happen. And then now they are called, my person shows up at around midday. We had a very nice car. And then he came with one of his friends, a colleague, and two of his cousins, who were my very good friends. And they still are even to date. So they show up, we welcome them, everything goes on well, and then we feed them nicely. I also called my friends. Finally, I told you that I didn't. Yes, what the Lord has done. I remember I used to play that song. There's a song that is Imela by somebody. I used to play that song so much that used to say that, come and see what the Lord has done. Imela. So I called my friends, they came, and then they really helped me. It got to a place where now for the envelopes, my person had even taken the 10,000 and filled with it. And he didn't have any money. And he didn't even tell the friend and the cousins that he didn't have. And they knew that is something that is supposed to happen. So, wazee wako pale. The embarrassment that I got, even the women that came, the neighbors,
the ones that help in the kitchen.
Yes, even now my then sister-in-law. Now everyone was like, they were talking to each other, but not you. So eventually they stepped out for a while, and then I don't know where they got some money, where they put 1,000 shillings for my father in an envelope. And then my brothers, I think they put, 500 for my two elder brothers. And then I think another envelope for my two uncles, and that was it. And then I said, you know what? There is no way I am going to let this come out as an embarrassment. I am going to tell these people that this one was not just a function. Like, this one was just to come and know the homestead. He is going to come back. You people are not ready.
He's coming back again.
Hey. So I step up and then I explain to them, and then he concurs with me, and then he tells them, you know, now I am going to come back now before December, officially. Now that I have known, because we come from different cultures, I have known what I'm supposed to do and how I'm supposed to do it. Now we're good to go. Now I'm coming back with, I am now going to send my wazes to come. My friend, that was it. That was the end of everything. So we went back home. Everything died. First month, second month. We are in August. We are in September. The rift is growing. The silence is growing. And anytime I bring up this issue of him coming home, we fight now. Ile physical fight, like so badly that until I also got to a point and said, okay, you know what? I am not. This is what is bringing all these fights. Si mimi ninaishi na wewe vizuri. Let me just drop this topic. And I dropped it. And now I continued with my pregnancy journey to where now I gave birth and all that. 6 months in, the landlord comes, locks the door, and then I call him and tell him, ask him innocently, like, can you imagine the landlord has come and is saying that he wants to lock the door because the rent has accrued to 60,000. As if he has, like, there's no way I was going to blame my person. It is the fault of the landlord. He's lying. How can he lie with such an indie? Because this was a very responsible person. Like, in my head, he could not do that. And again, this is one person that, even to his colleagues, even if you'd get a personal contact with him, and then I would tell you that, you know, this person did this and this, you would tell me that, Lydia, you are lying. You are lying. This is one person that, remember, we have a car now. He works in a hospital setup. This person would, a patient would be discharged, and he would volunteer to take this patient all the way from Kisumu to Siaya. Such a good person.
So he's nice to everyone else except you.
Except me. He's a nice person. Like, everyone, like, you see how he's being praised. And then now, even the reason why the doctor, the pediatrician, gifted me all that was because how nice and how good this person is. Me personally, I didn't have a relationship with him, but you would see the fact that
The way he treated other people.
Yes, so he was so nice to other people except me. So
how are these things making you feel?
Bad. I feel so bad. And at this point, I feel like I can do everything else, but there's no way I am going to be a single mother. Never. Me, single mother. Where? How? No. So I look at my child. I gave birth to a very beautiful baby. Like, I would look at him and all the stress and everything, remembering where I have come from, the herbs I have taken, the stress I have gone through, the pain, the hemorrhoids, the ridicule, and everything. There was no way. Like, I would just look at him. Hata kama hayuko nini, sina chakula, I would still find something. And I really took care of my child very well. That time, everything, my life stopped. It was all about my child now, because this was the only person that was going to make my life and even the marriage work. So all energy was on the child. So yes, I felt bad about everything, because at that point I saw that this is not what I had in my mind, in my brain. This is not what I had planned while growing up, and this is not what I was for. But it's here, it's happening. Now what do I do? So
what does he say when you tell him that the landlord is closing the door, is threatening to close, to lock up your door?
he silently just goes quiet, and then he tells me that let me get back. After a short while, he comes, and then I don't know what he did, and then I think he paid half of it, but before he came, no, he didn't come the same day. So I talked to I hand over the phone to the landlord, and then they talk, and then I think they agree the landlord leaves, and then I think he sent some money to the landlord, and then he doesn't show up again. But tomorrow, the next day now, the sister who didn't really like me, the elder sister now shows up. And then the other sister that was in Eldoret now calls me and they tell me that they want to come and kushika mtoto. Finally I have been accepted. Yes. See, they are now coming officially to... Yeah, at that point I am so happy. I'm like, even if he's not coming, but you see, finally bit by bit, patience pays. Now you see they are coming. So they come. I ask for permission from work. I come prepare. You know, when your visitors are coming. So I prepare, and then on the day when, in the evening, they did not sleep. So as they were leaving, I don't know, I went to the shop to buy, I think, milk. There was some shop just next to us. And then when I came back, I found when they had gone. So when they had gone, I had a house help. They told the house help that they are leaving. But then when they had gone, you see, those were just a few months from the time I was coming from, how do you call it, maternity leave. So when I was pregnant, I had most of my clothes were now not fitting because I had worn them during that time. And then I could also not do heels and stuff. So I just decided, you know what, now with the money that I was given, I went, bought handbags, new clothes. So unfortunately, when they were leaving, they left with these things. They got into the bedroom, left with these things. And then when I came back, I couldn't find them. I asked the house help. And she told me, apparently the house help was also coming from that side. And it's him who brought this lady in, but it's me who was paying. So I asked, when the sisters came, they picked whatever they had to pick. And then when I asked, because I had a function, there were these specific ones that I wanted to use during that function. We had a function, I think, in some church. And you see, at that time, I could not really manage well with the baby and heels and stuff. So I reach out and then I tell him that, you know, Nikama, I think so-and-so forgot and carried. In the things that she carried, there is one that is very urgent for me. I really needed to use it. I can give it back to her. Remember, these are people who are working. One is a banker, one is a nurse, and they are well off. So they are not taking these things because they don't have. But they are taking these things because these are their brothers' things. They don't have to ask anyone for permission to take them. Brothers' things. And remember, I left that... actually, do I have a personal thing that my person bought for me? And you know, this madam teacher, actually she was a colleague who was she used to sell these clothes she used to go to Kampala. So I would order from him. He goes, gets my person very nice clothes, you know. I loved checked shirts for him. I looked so nice in them. So I would order and then now I pay bit by bit. But for me, my person, Never. No, he bought me some sandals, Masai sandals, that he brought, but were not my size. I remember very well. And that was it. So you see, when these sisters come and pick these things that were very personal to me, and then the reasoning is, these are my brother's stuff. I don't have to ask anyone for permission. This is my brother's money. So I reached out to the brother because I really wanted to use some of them. Then he told me that, sasa ni kitu kama hiyo ndo unanipigia simu, I will buy you another one, just let it go. So at that point, I felt so bad because, you see, these are your people. You are the only person that I know in this family. And then why would you side with them? And here, a mistake has happened, like wamenikosea. They have intruded so much. How do you come all the way and then you get into my personal space, my bedroom, pick these things, and then I report to you and you still don't act or don't say, you just tell me that, you just trash it like that. And then I didn't feel good about it. So when I didn't feel good, I decided to reach out now to the sister by myself. Makosa. I politely requested, because remember, their brother, who is the firstborn, that wameachana na the sister na 2 years, is older than me na 10 good years.
Yeah.
So that means the sister is older than me na how many years?
8
years.
Yes.
And even the youngest, their young sister now, their last born,
Is older than you.
is older than me. Also with another, I think 4 or 5 years. So, and then I used to be very slim and I was not so much outspoken as right now. So I politely just pick the phone, and then I call, and then I tell her, I explain, because at that point, one, I didn't have any time, because I think it was the next day, and it was on Saturday. The event was on Saturday, and I didn't have any time to go look for anything else, and I didn't have the money also, because all that I had was, it was not even enough.
Yeah.
So I reached out and I played with her. I tell her, please, kindly just get me the flat shoes. Then they were called Aerosoft back then.
I remember Aerosoft, the very soft sandals.
Yes, so I request her, and then I tell her that once I am from that event, if you like them, I will still give them back to you.
Hey, and you're begging for your things.
So at this point, I don't want to sound like Nikama, like, you know, already there's a rift between us. I don't want this rift to even...
To keep going.
Yes, so I am trying by all means to make sure that this rift doesn't widen by all means. So I request her, she didn't do that. And then the next day, as I was preparing for this event on Saturday, at around 8:30, I was supposed to, we were being picked by the school bus in school at around 9:30. So as I was still preparing, the 2 sisters comes in. The house that we were living in had two doors, the back door and the front door. So they came in through the front door, and the last born went straight to back door and locked the door. And during that time, there was also that their community, there was that so much deaths were coming from that side, like domestic related kind of deaths. So when I saw her do that, and then this elder sister, I had an open plan kitchen. So she went straight to the kitchen and then I don't know what she was looking for in the kitchen. So it just came to me, and immediately the brother walked in. So they came, I think they came as a team. So the other one locked the door, the other one is in the kitchen. Their brother went for the baby immediately. The house girl was washing clothes and downstairs. So at this moment, my instinct just clicked, like, you know what? It doesn't look good. This is it. So what did I do? Immediately after that, I don't know, the lady, I don't know if she was looking for a knife or what. So during that time, remember, there are my colleagues who have arrived already in school. We are going somewhere. I live not so far from school. Actually, when you are in my balcony, if you call someone, they can respond. What did I do? I went to my bedroom window, and I shouted, Teacher Winnie, Teacher Winnie, Teacher Winnie. And they had. And then they came. When they came, like immediately the head teacher was there. I don't know, like I could update the head teacher about how life is. I just don't know why. He had a very soft spot for me, or not even for me, but generally he was a nice person. He was also raised by a single mother, and I think there's just a way that he handled each and every person. So when he had that, he sent the teachers like immediately. When they came, I don't know what would have happened to me if it were not for the teachers. I swear. So apparently, these people, they came now to throw me out of their brother's house. Now, because their brother has refused to do what? To throw me. Yeah. So when the teachers came, they insisted and insisted and knocked, and they eventually opened the door. When they opened the door, I left. Remember the baby, he had the baby. So I left. And what I did, I went home. Home, Kanyaluo, siku ingine. So I left my baby.
Behind.
Yeah, so during that time, there's nothing much. Mimi, I couldn't think of any other place. Now at that point, I said, you know what? Even if my brother is going to kill me, even if what is going to happen, I am now going to open up and say whatever is happening. So I left and went home. Later on, my same colleagues gave me some money, and I used that to go home. And when I got home, I could not even open up easily. Yes, I was crying, like literally. Now you refuse to come back home without a child. Now you are here, and you are not just here. You have been singing to these people the way your person is so good, the way everything is okay. Like now, from where do you want now to start explaining that, you see, this is, now they came now to throw you out of this place. Eventually, you remember I'm still breastfeeding, and at that time, I don't know what happens. Nakwambia, my breast was full.
Because now the baby is not suckling.
Yes. And this is first ever time that I am separating.
You're going away from the baby.
Yes.
Wow. That must have been a lot of pain.
Yes, and I'm not, I'm going away, but not because that I am settled, that, I have left him in good hands. Remember what happened in the beginning. Like now, okay, fine, I managed to escape, but now what is the fate of my baby? That, it was one long night for me. The next day, I had a very good friend called Kate Wasila. So this guy, he knew that we were best friends, and he knew that he could not just also show up home like that, but he knew that the baby needed to be with me. So because we had not started winning or anything, so he drove all the way to Kindobe and then picked my friend and then brought the baby. My friend now is the one who brought now the baby. When he was asked why all that was happening, now I had now to open up and now say everything. My person cried, before my father. My person cried and said that, he now opened up and said it is their family that was exerting so much pressure, and now he didn't know where to. He didn't know what to do. He was torn between believing the sisters and even going against them and also siding with me. Eventually, I was asked my opinion. My person, we went back with the car, back to... And everything ended like that. When I went back, we did not speak in this car all the way from home to Kisumu. But it didn't matter.
You were getting your family back, so it didn't matter.
Finally, I did not let my mind escape from whatever, my primary
Focus.
Yes. So we went back. When we went back, a lot changed. Now my person now, he would do it now openly, openly. And that was now the time that now violence now became, like started officially. Ile si ya kungoja hata kuslap na it was, he would go to work, come back at around, the shift would end at around 7, then he hands over for about 45 minutes. And then, yes, and then he drives like 15 minutes to Lolo Estate. Now, up all Lolo Estate, when he comes, obviously he would find Kama, I've prepared the baby. I had created a routine now so that by 6, the baby is asleep. So when he comes, his food is ready and everything. I would not cook ugali like before he comes. I would wait. Yes, so my person can, he has struggled.
Yeah, so that he can
yes
eat hot
yes
ugali.
Yes, so when he comes, I go nike mpashe haraka and then I cook ugali and then we now eat. That day he came and he did not, like, there is a way that someone comes when he wants to fight you, like the normal way that he comes, he opens the door, goes to wash his hands, and then removes the uniforms that he came with from the hospital. That day he came and direct where I was. And where I was, he asked me, like, why are you stuck on me? Like, unanikwamilia kwa nini? Unaona? At that point, I didn't know what to answer him. I just looked down because what could I say? Ukweli. Nilikuwa nimemkwamilia. Because where did you want me to go with this child?